seen
So
it.
that's copies on the mountain.
Maybe. And we asked for revision. I'm still writing. I heard you.
Well, it's their show, so I guess we'll whenever they
Exactly. Well, call her at the end of the year and tell her how it worked. Good for her.
We want to welcome our friends from Pineapple for coming all the way up here today. Thank you very much, and we look forward to your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us here. We are excited to be back. We have been engaged and working with you all now for a year. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at what we have done over the course of the year, and then we're going to look at some exciting ideas that we have going forward for the upcoming year. But first, I was going to let everybody give a quick introduction to themselves on our team. And so we've got a couple of new faces, a couple of same faces. But I'm Deborah Stone. I'm the president of Pineapple PR. My role is in a strategic capacity and making sure that deliverables are happening on time and we're reaching the results and the goals that we set forward.
Hey everyone. I'm going to echo Deb and thank you guys for meeting with us this afternoon. Super pumped to continue our success that we've seen over the last fiscal year. I am Brana Reed and I am the account manager on the Beach Mountain account. I handle just overseeing the media relations within our proposed scope of work for PR efforts, and then I also reside as the day-to-day contact for you all.
My name is Lee Marlowe. I am the media planner and buyer for Beach Mountain, and my responsibility includes planning and negotiating and placing advertising, whether it is print or outdoor or digital, what have you.
Hi, I'm Allison Couch Sang. This is my second time being in Beach Mountain ever, and I'm excited to be here. I work directly with Brianna on the account. I do a lot of the day-to-day pitching efforts and a lot of the press release writing and pitch writing.
And hi, I'm Melissa Crane. I'm digital marketing manager. So what I do is digital marketing strategy, which includes Google ad campaigns, email marketing, and social media strategy.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to run through this, and hopefully when I hit this button, it's all going to work that way. Yay! You have a printout, so if it's tiny type up there, please feel free to refer to that. And also, we want this to be kind of a conversational process, so we want your thoughts and feedbacks. If at any point you have a question, just feel free to let us know. So we're happy to take a pause and answer any questions that you may have. But we are concluding our first year. We have provided public relations services for you all, influencer projects, digital marketing with Google Ad, advertising marketing, and some social media. So we will go through all of those and what's been done for the past year, and then as I said, we will look ahead at FY 1920, and we're going to kick it off with the PR, and I'm going to let Bree run you through that.
So, like Deb said, this is going to be a recap of our efforts for this last fiscal year. We're starting off with public relations results. So if you look at the screen here or refer to your document, you'll see some of the placements that we were able to secure for this past fiscal year. Calling out just a few of them, Southern Living was a big one. We'll have a full-length article on the next slide for you to refer to too. Atlanta Journal-Constitution was another big one for us, and a big win with that being one of our target markets. Yeah.
Could you point out which ones were not there in prior years?
In prior years?
Yes.
So a few of these, I guess I really can. Yeah. So when we did our, like we always do when we step onto a new account, we do an overall audit of media secured from previous years. I know for a fact Southern Living was not one that we originally had before we came on as the public relations agency of record. Chiefism was also not one. We worked with Maya Taylor on that piece actually to highlight some budget-friendly opportunities in Beach Mountain. Along with Southwest Georgia Living, this was a result of KK Snyder coming up actually in the fall. After she came up, she produced this full-length article for us, of which we mailed to Kate. So if you guys are ever interested in seeing that, it's probably in the visitor center. Our state we have had in the past, but we have worked with them to build a better relationship so that we can go to them kind of on a as-needed basis. WNC Magazine as well, same kind of thing. Mick was another one that came from a media inquiry. Someone kind of reached out to us just saying, you know, we've heard a little bit about Beach Mountain, but we'd love to, you know, build their relationship there and see what else is new to Beach Mountain. So that was definitely a new one, as well as Insider.
And this is just a quick snapshot. You know, we didn't want to go through every single one that we have, but to your point, there are new markets and new media that we want to constantly tap, but there's some that you want to make sure that you're in on an ongoing basis, like Our State and WNC Magazine and the AJC. So, you know, finding new angles to get in the ones that you've been in before is part of that process too.
And kind of just supporting that last document here, you'll see just a quick snapshot of some of our top hits from 2018, 2019. Southern Living being a huge win for us because that is a national publication in which a lot of our target demographic read on a regular basis, especially with going into this next fiscal year, our main target being moms who have the decision buying kind of by the hand. They make those decisions, so we worked with them to get this piece together featuring North Carolina Mountain Town that does holiday to a T. AAA Carolinas is another one that we worked with. We had a media visit with them. Christy Tolley came up actually and produced that piece after her visit. And then to Deb's point, AJC, we were able to kind of get in there and stay on their radar so that when they were putting together this long form kind of roundup of destinations around the Southeast, we were top of mind, and Blake Guthrie, actually, who produced this piece, reached out to us for it to be included in the article.
That's obviously, he picked 4 points on the compass, and that point up there with the picture that came with the story, with that part of the story is a little more sad. Okay, sorry.
So another big component of what we did this last fiscal year was working with influencers. Influencers of which we heavily vetted before we hosted them up here. They also focused on a good variety of, focus areas when it comes to travel, lifestyle, outdoor, etc. Over the course of this last fiscal year, we were able to host a total of 6 influencers. We saw a huge success in doing so, some of which is actually up here on the screen for you guys to refer to. Our overall engagement for static posts, which was a deliverable for each influencer, totaled to be over 28,000. And then our total impressions from each Instagram story featuring, things that they did up at Beach Mountain, included attractions, restaurants, and their accommodations, totaled to be over 5 million. So that's how many people saw their stories.
And we had the side benefit. This was one of our favorite pictures of being able to access and use some of the videos and photography that they took. So that was a nice little bonus.
I never heard of influencers until this past year, so I don't think we did this at all in the past. We did?
No, you may not have.
This was totally.
This is, as far as we know, a new initiative.
It is. We did not use influencers. We used bloggers and video bloggers, but we did not use influencers until this year.
It's hard to track that. Do you know if it's had any impact on
Yeah, so
heads and beds?
So can't necessarily say that heads and beds were a direct result, but we can see an increase in traffic to specific pages on the website post visits. If that makes sense.
And the lodging. So, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
but the big overarching goal is to drive traffic to those lodging pages, packages pages, and all of that. So putting in links and following that all the way through the funnel is very important to the process.
So kind of just going into influencer deliverables, especially since, you hadn't previously heard of, working with influencers is something you guys did in the past. we made sure that influencers, were kind of armored with some messaging before they went into the destination. So 2 examples of the influencers that we worked with were one, Luella Reese, who's up here on the left. She is based out of Charlotte, so we did make sure to work with influencers that were, from our target market, so we're not kind of just shooting at, into the dark, for lack of a better word. So Luella Reese here, you're just going to see a snapshot of one of her static posts that went up during her visit. To the right is going to be a snapshot of Pretty in the Pines deliverable. This will be her static post, and this one went up actually while she was in the destination. So her followers are able to see like her real-time experiences throughout her visit.
And part of all of that, as far as tracking and following, is we create special hashtags for them to use. We can track the reach of those hashtags and the impressions that those people have had. So further immersing into target audience on social media. And here's some more of those.
So this is a really important part of our influencer campaign because, we don't want them to just go to the destination, do a few static posts and leave. We definitely want their followers to always have kind of a place of reference. So say, they're posting on a regular basis, they have other campaigns that they do, but their followers can always go to their blog now and go to a page that says travel and then look at their recap from Beach Mountain. The one on the left is from Pretty in the Pines. All of that photography was taken by her husband, actually. So she was able to recap her visit there. And of course, she had a different experience than the one on the right. She was more so family-friendly, oriented and focused. So her blog, she also has a travel page in which all of the hyperlinks that we gave them are embedded. So we're able to continue to track that too after their visit.
Could you step back and educate me as to what the difference between an influencer and a blogger is?
Yeah. Okay. So for Luella Reese and comparison to Fun for First Coast Kid, Pretty in the Pines is going to be more so of an influencer because she makes her living, and this is for, when we vet them, we kind of can differentiate between them as an influencer and them as a blogger based off of what they do more so for their income. And she is primarily Instagram. Her blog does get, because she is a very popular influencer, a high circulation month to month or a high readership month to month. But she will categorize herself as an influencer. Fun for First Coast Kids, she makes her living off of her blog. So she has a lot of native ads that are constantly running on her blog. If you go to her blog, you'll get pop-ups here and there. All that has to do with Beach Mountain, depending on, what hyperlinks are in there. So it kind of just makes, depending on, what they more so focus on.
Right, so with digital media, when we reach out to these people, we are analyzing their performance and their following on a lot of different channels, right? So influencers have a very heavy social following. So we're looking for people with influencers whose following, and even more specifically, their engagement on their Facebook and their Instagram pages is high, right? So you want people who don't just have big high numbers, but when they make a post, their followers are engaging with them. They're liking it, they're commenting on it, or they're sharing it. So those are 3 ways that people can engage. And what that tells you really is that those are legit followers who are following this person to see what they're doing and to see where they're going, and they're looking for insights into things that they might like to do or buy or go. So many influencers also have a component that is a blog because
it's a little more professional.
And it's more permanent. So when we look at them, we'll look at the numbers on the Instagram, the numbers on Facebook, the numbers on the blog, and depending where their strengths are, negotiate out a different contract, right? So if it's somebody who has a blog, who has, 50,000 unique viewers a month, but their Facebook following is low and their Instagram is high, what we do is go to them and say, okay, your strength is in your blog, so we want 2 blog posts, 4 Instagram posts, and an Instagram story. If you go to someone whose Facebook has, 50,000 followers, but their blog only has 2, and their Instagram has 30, then it's a different. Then you're going to go back to them and you're going to say, all right, I want 3 Instagram stories and a post a day.
Their strengths are.
Right, we're going to play it to their strengths. So it's all kind of merging in a way, but that's kind of a breakdown, if that helps. Did that help?
Don't ask me to repeat it, but, well, it's just a little bit more professional, calculable.
And they do, and they have different markets too.
You contract for service with
For
them.
where they're good. And, for different messages too. Not to get like too in the weeds, but, Facebook demographic is a little bit older. So if it's a message that's targeted to a little bit older of an audience, we're going to look for people who have a higher Facebook following versus an Instagram, right? They could still be strong on Instagram, but you're just trying to match up. Because you can get so niche with all of this, you can really kind of match up exactly who your audience is with the different strengths of each of these people, right? Versus a magazine where like the readership of our state is pretty much, you know who that is. You can micro-target with these people. And Instagram, well, I'm gonna get right at it, is like the #1 social platform for lifestyle information. Now, it's like, I can't remember the number, it's crazy big. It's like 8 million posts a day, 700,000 users on it a day. It's a lot of information being shared out there, so.
All right. And I'm going to really show my ignorance here. You mentioned about Facebook being older. What is the age
What is
bracket
older?
of the different media? Is there?
Facebook, I think, is stronger or more in like 35 to 55. Instagram is really stronger, a little bit younger than that, like 20 to 35, 40.
So Calder, you and I are really, really
Yeah, well,
old.
it's older.
I'm trying to think. I'm with you, but I'm
Rockin' and chisel.
experienced and world savvy we are, right?
Yeah,
those people are on Facebook.
It's wisdom.
Okay. All right, so moving right along. So here we go.
Thanks to you guys, we were able to host a plethora of media over this last fiscal year. This slide kind of just shows you some of the media placements we were able to secure after those media visits. So Vanessa and Fonson is one of the media that we were able to host. In the fall, I believe, everything's running together. You'll see how many we hosted actually after this last fiscal year and why my brain is going foggy with it. But AAA Carolinas also came up, Christy Tolley, and then Southwest Georgia Living, as we touched on previously, KK Snyder. So just a good snapshot for you guys to see, how much we appreciate you guys, accommodating these media for us to be able to secure these media placements.
Yeah. Definitely, I would echo what Bree says and say that some of the best stories come out of the experience that they have here because Beach is such a unique place. And all of you all who help us host them, feed them, ski them, hike them, all of those things are key to making all of that happen and bringing these articles to life. And we really appreciate the support, and y'all are awesome to work with on all of that. So,
I have a question.
Yes.
I've heard through medias and stuff that sometimes that can backfire on you, that you host people up here and I think it might have happened up here once or twice too, that people are just coming back for a free vacation. Have you experienced that with any of the people that you've used?
So we try with every tool available to us, including past experience with writers, vetting them, looking at their stats, looking at what they produce, asking them on the front end, what are you going to produce and when is it going to run? All of that, so that the chance of that happening is slim to none.
So the folks that you have come up here or whatever, they've done what they were supposed to do.
They have done what they're supposed to do, and if they don't, we will dog them down. I mean, it's, you know, in the case of the influencers, it's a written agreement. With editorial, you know, there's an understanding, but it's a very clear understanding from the beginning is that the reason that they're coming. And, you know, I mean, I know I can remember, you know, all the freelancers that the husband was the photographer, the wife was the photographer, and it's like, you know, with 20 some odd years of experience, we've kind of learned and really try to weed those out, because if they do that, then we don't look good and y'all don't look good. So yeah, I know that we know that that's out there, and we take really solid steps to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Deborah, to speak on that?
Yes.
I would say that Pineapple does excellent in that. In the olden days when we didn't have this kind of representation, and I was down at Buckeye, we would be trying to get stories just in local stuff, and we would get semis taken advantage of, but we were giving them free canoe rentals and fishing poles, so, you know, it wasn't anything drastic, but watching us evolve from that kind of representation to having a qualified PR company handle this. It's their reputation on the line, and it's also their bloggers, influencers, and the people writing the articles. They're not going to come up here fool around, and you know, they want to be used again in the future. And I think you guys do a real good job protecting us that way.
Thank you.
And I will say, just hopping in here, and I know Kate has experienced this. We've been really lucky with the people that we've hosted up here. Almost every single person that we've hosted on both the influencer side and the traditional media side has sent us some type of letter of just thanking us for hosting them. You know, they've been very professional in, you know, producing their story in a timely manner. The good thing with the influencers is that they do sign that contract, and we put in there, you know, dates of post, dates that the blogs need to go live. So we're able to actually, you know, once that date hits, if we don't see, and this didn't happen for Beach, if we don't see that that blog is live, we hold them to that contract. Again, like Deb said, with traditional media, it's a little bit harder to do so. It is an understanding and an agreement, a lot of which, and you'll see in the next slide, some of that publicity comes out in the later months. But yeah, it's been awesome. So thank you guys again. So kind of just to wrap up our last fiscal year and some of the success that we've seen, I have up here, you know, just a little snapshot of our total publicity value for this last fiscal year, which totaled to be over $4 million. Looking at that number, it's like, whoa, but that's due to all you guys' you know, support and everything that we had proposed and continue to see throughout this last fiscal year. For circulation, we saw a viewership of over 140 million, and we hosted, again, because of you guys and your support, over, well, 14 media visits. So that's almost one a month.
All right, now we're going to jump into some digital marketing.
All right, so to start off with Google ad campaigns. So from September 2018 to date, we've been running 9 search and display campaigns per season. So this would be like seasonal campaigns, packages, and mountain getaway awareness. So as you can see here, we've gotten almost 50,000 clicks, which would be clicks from the ad to the Beach Mountain website. Over 3 million impressions, which is how many people have seen the ads. Average CPC is cost per click, so what that means is how much each click to the website cost. And you can see search was 27 cents, whereas the industry average is $1.53, so that's really great that we're way under the industry average. For display is 6 cents, whereas the industry average is 44 cents. So for display, the difference between display and search is that display has an image with the ad, so you can see an example over to the right. Average click-through rate is the percentage of how many people actually clicked on the ad versus how many people saw the ad. So for search, we got 2.10%, which is really close to industry average, that's great that we're on par. For display, we are at 1.62, which is way above the industry average of 0.47. So that shows that we are getting some great images from you guys, and people are really liking what they're seeing.
And Melissa's talking about the industry averages there, and those are from Google. So this is the industry averages that we are benchmarking against. And I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with the screen. Thank you.
Is that focusing on everything that Google metrics or just on the travel industry?
Just
on
travel.
To compare apples to apples.
Right.
And then you can see here are just some more examples of display Google ads that we've created in-house. And these have all performed really well, so thank you for providing these amazing images for us to use.
I know. People love the images and clicking on them. So we're trying to hit different things: vacation, the shoulder season, the mud run, you know, just families, a lot of different themes through the campaigns.
And here we're highlighting two of the best performing Google ad campaigns over the year. So you can see there is the winter campaign targeting millennials and families, and then the fall mountain biking campaign targeting those with an interest in outdoor activities.
I know, that's good.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm messing with this because it's really, I'm so, whatever, particular. I don't like the way it's showing up on the screen up there. All right, so so the Google ads are search and display. So if you're going in and you're typing best mountain getaway in North Carolina, those are the things that pop up. Our campaign with Spectrum Media is for awareness and to generate impressions. And these ads are banner ads that pop up on a variety of national media like CNN.com, Travel and Leisure, or Yahoo Travel, and then also on regional publications like the Charlotte Observer. There's a whole list. It's like 200 plus long, right, Lee? So the focus of this campaign is awareness. It's to remind people, hey, you may not have thought of us in a while. Here we are. We're here. You need to come. And so we did 3 different campaigns. We did fall, winter, and summer, and targeted Charlotte. The fall campaign targeted Charlotte, Raleigh, and Greensboro. And then we also targeted Charlotte and Atlanta, but this summer is Charlotte and Raleigh. So just trying to hit on those, and the average impressions per campaign averaged out to be around 600,000-700,000 impressions for each campaign that we did. A lot of eyeballs.
All right, so Facebook ads. So these are the great ads that for Beach Mountain. We are showing the ones from winter, just as an example. For the 2 campaigns we're running during the winter, were the ski and stay package, as well as a winter mountain getaway awareness package, or not package, just awareness. So for each of these campaigns, we got over 200,000 impressions and a total of about 15,000 clicks. So just that shows that social media, Facebook, is a really great, cost-effective way of targeting and reaching your potential customers.
And these numbers, like if you look at the left-hand side, you know, to have 238 shares is fantastic for you all. People, that message and that package, it just really resonated. So just as something to note there.
Golden star.
Did you get any feedback from the lodging people on how that went?
So when we talked at our last meeting, so a month ago, we did decide that, Kate, and correct me if I'm wrong, ski and stay wasn't like our number 1 performer.
Yeah, ski and stay was not. Actually, the entourage package gets more traction, and it's for the larger houses. But Ski and Stay still does get some traction.
It might be good for like Calder's type in the hotel.
It is.
That's where that
for
needs to
small-
stay.
Yeah.
That's where
I'll
that
pull
needs to
that up,
stay.
Works
actually.
for the smaller places.
And the fall did well too.
Yeah.
The fall performed very well.
Hike and Wine has always been
It's
our
hard,
very most.
yeah.
Bike and Brew
Which one
gets
is the
some,
entourage?
but Hike
I
and
didn't
Wine.
see that.
Entourage isn't on here, but
It's
it
on.
is one of the winter packages that we do. And so when you click and go to the package page, it's one of the things you see as an
I certainly have
option.
heard of it, I just wondered
It's for
how
larger
it
houses.
played out.
Against
But it's
those.
not in this report.
No,
So
it's
we
not.
can pull it, because just because it's not pictured there doesn't mean it didn't run. This is just
Yeah.
a snapshot. So
Okay.
we'd be happy to pull that for
Well,
you.
it'd just be interesting to see which of these campaigns
skiing?
are your strongest.
I have concerns about $100 myself. So,
Yeah.
Maybe tweak them a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Add something.
I've got some thoughts now, you might tweak some of these.
Okay, Calder has.
But it's interesting that last year, the previous year, the Hike and Wine did better for me in the summer. Last year it did better for me in the fall. I don't know how other
mine's
people.
awesome for the summer right now. I can-
Well, let's all get feedback.
it's great feedback because as you see as we'll go through this, those packages and the lodging pages were the top pages on the website. So we want to, you know, where there's good, we want to be better. So if we can fine tune the packages and, you know, put some more behind that and into that and drive more people up here for visitation, that's,
And some of those, we just haven't refreshed them in a couple of years. And if we can add something, and that's what Mandy was just saying, to add a new piece to them. I would like to be able to do tubing and ice skating, and if we can work that out,
we saw that.
then that would be fun.
Lots of fun stuff this fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you seeing are you seeing a gradual or a rapid shift from print to digital?
It's
She's
just.
smiling, so I
What print?
I'm biased. I should.
Yeah.
I would think you would be.
So, you know, it's still a blend, but you'll see, you know, as you look at the numbers, and I should let Lee's the advertising guru. You know, it's still a blend. I'll tell you, when we get the print publications in-house, I always tell people, I wish I could bring any magazine, ABC magazine, because I don't want to call anybody out, from 5 years ago up, and then bring one from this month, and put them side by side. Because when you look at that, even the print is focusing with driving traffic to their online sites.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly.
It's so
Specials.
expensive.
We
Yeah.
did the same thing with first.
You're exactly
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah.
And the visitors guides online.
They're- They're not advertising their destination, they're advertising their website. for you to go.
Exactly.
You go there.
Yeah, and the
Because-
specials.
It's, and it can change, you can change it, and when you look at the cost, like looking at some of those social media costs, 27 cents per impression, all right, and then you think about how far $500 would go in that world versus
500
taking.
wouldn't get you much print at all.
Right. So it's competitive. I mean, there still is a place for print for sure.
different
But it's very good to kind of balance that out.
Calder's right though, a lot of the print is to advertise the digital.
Well,
We do it with every ad we place.
Okay.
But
Something,
when we ask guests where they heard about it, I don't have anyone mention a print.
never.
Never. It's not.
Everybody searches online now.
that's where you go.
Yeah.
If you want to look something up, that's where you go. You know.
We have had a couple people who came because of the playbill at Lee's McRae.
We advertised in that. One of the things I'd like to commend you guys on is I never see the same picture. And, you know, that in the past we would I think sometimes you would see a hole in the picture because we used it so much. So, you know, and just taking a look at all of the different things, you know. There is that one picture with the purple shirt, though, that we might want to retire that one. Okay.
Well, and it's wonderful. I know. Did we do this? Did we show that?
So this kind of summarizes the
Facebook
performance
stats.
of the Facebook campaigns. And then on the next slide, we can see how much the total fans on Facebook have increased over the past year. So the 13,580 total fans is actually from May, like 2-3 weeks ago, and now we're actually up to 15,000, over 15,000 fans. So you can see how quickly numbers are going up. So yeah, that's been great.
Another 1,500 in 2.5 weeks. And then back to the cost thing, these people are very cost efficient to remarket to when we've got them there. So it makes a nice full circle, you know, integrated approach.
This 13,580 total fans, that's Facebook Live. Now it's over 15,000.
Yep, that was that.
This was-
stopped at May.
That was
Stopped in May.
Yeah,
That
3
makes
weeks.
sense.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Do you have the same numbers for the Instagram?
So we didn't do a lot of Instagram in 18-19, but we did some to get it going, and it's a focus for 20.
Okay.
So,
I'll kind of go into that. And,
So this is all
Because really,
Facebook numbers.
until we started using them, we did very little Instagram.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we kind of started out at like 0, and whatever we got in this past year came from the campaigns that they were doing.
And I'll speak on that actually.
So, well, point being, this is essentially, well,
Cutting edge.
totally all Facebook numbers, not.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. This social media management, yes, these are on Facebook.
So this slide will answer your question a little bit more. So to kind of, keep the momentum that we saw with, the social media management that we were doing for this last fiscal year, we decided to do a fall integrated marketing campaign as well, just as an extra padding for what we were already doing. And for that for that actual campaign, we worked with Instagram influencer Rachel Brown, who visited actually in the fall. She's up here top right. She's based out of Charlotte, and she supported our campaign via Instagram and Facebook and drove both her followers and her Facebook followers, so both Facebook and Instagram, to the Beach Mountain Instagram page. So that's where we saw a significant jump in following to the Instagram for Beach Mountain.
Renee, that one picture looks like you almost.
Did you
Did you see that? She's famous.
I know you might have a doppelganger out there. So just to show some of the results from that fall influencer, integrated campaign on both Instagram and Facebook. In addition to working with Rachel Brown, we brought in Atlanta-based influencer Allison Colley in there for a little bit extra support, specifically just to showcase the Hike and Wine package. So Allie put up around 4 to 5 Instagram stories highlighting the Hike and Wine package, also putting in a trackable link in her stories for her Instagram followers to swipe up and actually go directly to that page on our website. So just to give you a snapshot of the Facebook performance, we were able to increase our total engagement to over 3,831%. And then as far as impressions go, we were able to increase our performance there to over 11,000%. Yeah, and it was a very short campaign. It took place from November 12th, I want to say. No, October 12th to November 29th. So.
When you start at 0, it's easy to do.
They started at 5,000, so.
Started at 50.
All right, so since our overall goal is to really drive people to the Beach Mountain website to get them to either book a room or buy a package, Google Analytics is the best way for us to really track how our marketing and PR efforts are performing. So here you can see the top states from where website visitors are coming from. So North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina, as well as our top metro areas, where you can see that Atlanta and Nashville have been big growth areas over the past year. So I think that really will line up with later on which cities we're going to be targeting.
Yeah. So for Atlanta, for example, the traffic to the website from the Atlanta market went up 24.5% from 17-18. So we're wanting, and in Charlotte, it went up almost 5%, 4.86. Nashville seems to be a real emerging market for you all. Traffic up 12+%. Greenville dropped a little bit. It was funny, we didn't do a lot of emphasis on the Greenville market, so that's one we can look at tapping back into as far as the Google ads will go for FY 19-20. But it's really interesting to see the changes and to see where the traffic's coming from. Most of the time it reinforces what you probably know in your own mind, but it's nice to have the reinforcement. And then you can also look for, trends for emerging markets and, where you might be picking up a couple of little things.
Where's it pulling from Florida? Where are you pulling from?
So Orlando, number 6.
Orlando looks like it's flat.
Yeah, so that would be a newer and more emerging market that we're going to work on in FY20. And from seeing this from last year, Orlando would have been also
Orlando
or Jacksonville.
And Jacksonville, it's kind of northern Florida.
Good.
Yeah. Jacksonville, you guys are running exactly like what we're running with our statistics for the club. And the surprise was Nashville and then the Jacksonville area for us.
Right, isn't that? It's like, they want to, you want to get up to the mountains.
It's an 8-hour drive. They
So
can make it.
Nashville and Atlanta are new under you.
Well, for
Nashville and Jacksonville, as well as
Jacksonville.
Birmingham, popped up as some newer, more emerging
I've
markets.
seen Birmingham,
Yeah.
Alabama myself.
Yeah, and we actually pulled that too from our conversation that we had from people last month. So we made sure to put that in there.
Kate, did you have the billboard where it talked about the temperatures on Beach Mountain? Was that in Jacksonville or Orlando?
The billboard was last year, and it was actually in South Florida.
South Florida.
Yeah.
Was it in
It was
Jacksonville
on-
1 year? I thought they had moved.
We didn't do it in Jacksonville. That market was just really, really expensive. But we did it on I-95 in a zone where you were stuck on pavement.
perfect.
We also look at.
Wasn't that done in Atlanta?
We did that's in the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, the one for South Florida is for summer when it's
hotter than 80s.
miserable. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, if we could just bottle a little piece of what it's like out there today and send it down there and keep the traffic line up the corkscrew.
Okay, so looking at additional numbers, so the users or visitors to the website have been up over this year. And then what's really great is I'm seeing that the number of sessions per user is also up. So people are coming back to the website to continue to get more information. And like Deb mentioned earlier, our top website pages are the homepage, lodging, and deals. So it's really good to see that people are going to the pages that we want them to go to make those bookings here. And then really quickly through the keywords. So top organic keywords, which means the ones that people are just searching for in Google and then finding Beach Mountain's website. Beach Mountain Beach, Land of Oz, snowboarding. And then the paid keywords are the ones that people are searching and clicking on ads. So it's really great to see that we're not overlapping here, so we're not doubling up on efforts.
That's good.
Skiing doesn't come up?
How much is Oz pulling?
Snowboarding, the two
yeah.
things.
I don't know.
But no.
I have to look at the numbers, but it's good.
It's for the, Cindy's for the kids. You know, the moms are looking for the tubing and then the
Younger ones are looking.
Yeah.
Just
Isn't it
shocking, the word
amazing?
skiing.
It's so cool when you look at this stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 10 is things to do / the land of Oz. So that has gone up, I believe, from 17-18. But that, of course, sorry guys. Land of Oz, as we all know, is of course probably always be a key driver of visitation for Beach Mountain.
When was the page numbers pulled?
So that was as of May as well.
Okay, so it could
And
be
then-
different.
Yeah, it definitely can. And two, through some of, some of the efforts that we've been doing past May, this absolutely could have changed. We'd have to pull that, obviously.
Yeah. Land of
We'll
Oz
get
is
back.
probably really high up.
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Quite the timing, yeah.
Absolutely.
For number one, it's just a backslash. What is that?
That's the
Your homepage.
All right. All right, so this one's going to require everybody's glasses. Including mine. But at least you're going to be your guide and talk you through it.
Get out your binoculars.
She's the only one with 2010 vision.
I'm having to stand right here so I can actually see it myself. This is an overview of the print advertising that we did for fiscal year 18-19. The first line is Our State Magazine, and we had two of their travel size ads run in there. They have a couple pages dedicated to travel and tourism, and that is where we had the Beach Mountain advertising run. We had one in October and one in May. Then we also advertised in the 2019 official North Carolina travel guide. We had a presence in there as well. We had ads running pretty consistently in the High Country Press Visitors Guide. We had a High Country Magazine. We also had a couple of ads run there. We had October, November, and then also June. And then Western North Carolina Magazine, or WNC Magazine, we had ads running in September, October, January, February, and May, June.
All right, and I know, we will now get into looking ahead, and you'll see as we go forward that it's taking what we've learned over this year and building on it and fine-tuning it and enhancing the things that are really working to, really keep you all out there. Oh, God. Okay, so we met a month or so ago and talked about some new initiatives and some fresh ideas and some things that we could add to our 1920 messaging. And we've talked about some of these already as we've gone through, but the target market, Charlotte, Nashville, Jacksonville, Birmingham, Orlando.
And then kind of just, going off the point that the moms are the decision makers. We know that. We love that actually because they're awesome to target too. We are going to move forward with trying to secure media visits with parent-focused publications. And you'll see in a few slides coming up how we're already starting to do that. We're also going to move forward with the messaging of, promoting fish and trout and also the North Carolina Birding Trail. So we talked with you all last month to, try and figure out how we can do that. So we've started internally just kind of, looking at where those placements could end up, where it makes sense to, pitch out, messaging on North Carolina Birding Trail, and we'll continue to do so during FY20. And we're also so excited about the scenic chairlift rides that are going to be running during the fall. Because of this, and Allison will kind of touch on this soon, but we held desk sides last week actually in Charlotte with a bunch of Charlotte key media or journalists, and we kind of pitched that to them that you can't do a scenic chairlift ride anywhere else at 5506 feet, and people automatically eat that up. So definitely going to move forward with that in FY20 as well.
So to expand on the goals that Bree just listed, one of the things we are going to do this fall is a fan trip with attendance of between 5 to 8 media. And those of you who don't know, a fan trip is a media familiarization trip. And so we'll have the media come up, if they haven't been here recently, to basically just experience everything that there is to offer over the course of a couple days. And I will definitely get more into the details of that in a couple of slides. But the goal attendees for that trip are Virginia Brown, John Bordson, and Emma Way, among others. Those three are people that we met with in Charlotte for the desk sides. Virginia writes for a lot of family-focused and Charlotte area media. John Bordson contributes to a lot of the national and regional, including CNN and USA Today. And Emma Way is the editor of Charlotte Magazine. All three of them we built really great relationships with. We have a feeling it's going to go well when we are able to pitch them. A couple of other goals. Our goal is to secure coverage for the shoulder season using the pitch points that Bree touched on just a second ago. And then another one of our goals is to increase newsletter signups and the Beach Mountain TDA Instagram account by 4,000 subscribers and followers respectively.
What do you think you'll be able to do in the shoulder seasons that you referred to? Because that's always been tough.
Are you
So kind of going back to this slide here. Taking that messaging that we have and what's really good about where we are now is that we have some time to pitch this out to secure long lead coverage. And that's going to be utilizing information on fish and trout season as well as information on the North Carolina birding trail. So that should keep us going. The momentum should be able to, ride us out through these next couple of months where we can just follow up during that shoulder season with additional information, imagery, video as needed. But if that kind of makes sense to you, we do kind of try and operate, far in advance to the shoulder season. So we're not obviously doing the groundwork in shoulder season. It's going to be harder for us to secure that coverage if it's not short lead publications. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Packaging,
It's so tough.
It is. It definitely is. But that's why you have to hit the ground running sooner rather than later. Yeah.
Deborah? Do you guys have in your stable of influencers and bloggers any bike ones?
So Roots Rated and Rob Glover I don't know if you're familiar with the site Roots Rated, and it's an outdoor and it's not hardcore adventure but rugged adventure, and he is a mountain biker cyclist, and that's a very good avenue for something like that. They're merging their format where they're becoming a lot more pay to play, but one thing we've been able to do, and I think we did it last year, is Visit NC does a big buy with them. So they have stories on North Carolina that they are continually refreshing because they want them to all, be very current. So they're always looking for new things that can go into that story. And I think we actually sent Rob some information on the biking last year, and he was like, oh great, I'm updating this whole piece on outdoor adventure in North Carolina, and I can put it in there. There are outdoor enthusiasts probably that are bikers or bicyclers, and then on Facebook you can pull people who have that interest too. So a lot of influencers do a lot of different outdoor stuff. We can search when you get super specific. You end up. I've seen it in golf, or fishing where you've got one or two that is just their absolute focus. Sometimes they're very far away, you don't have to fly them, but it'd be great to look into that and see what we can find.
That might be another area that we can explore on, because,
Absolutely.
I don't want to go total mommy.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what I try to do with some of the influencers, and it's actually going to be on a slide coming up that Allison's going to talk on, but we try to, hold in-depth conversations with some of the influencers that you'll see on that slide who have children of age to maybe, showcase the bicycling opportunities at beach, as well as like the dads who, are more so like the rugged bicyclist. And then taking it a step further, like Deb said, we have been looking into outdoor-focused influencers who make it very obvious that they do mountain biking, or they're swimmers, or they just like hiking. Just kind of hit all those key messaging points in one, as opposed to just finding like two bicycle enthusiasts. kind of gives us more options.
We have, and it's kind of growing up here, and I'm just labeling them like extreme sports families. I mean, these kids are 5 years old and the parents are taking them on these runs and everything already, and they're doing the bicycling and stuff like that. So I was just wondering if there was anybody out there that is being a family extreme sports kind of influencer.
Yeah, we can definitely look into that.
There's some
Yeah,
drivers.
I know, yeah. We'll
Okay.
see. That's definitely something that we'll continue to do, for sure. That was good feedback.
Emerald Outback is really starting to gain a lot of mountain bikers they've been redoing it and making it good, and it's really attracting a lot of people from other places. And then of course you've got the crazy folks going down. The ski slopes.
The kamikazes.
There's different types of biking, but the Emerald Outback is really starting to take off with mountain bikers for a really fun experience. And that would be a great thing to, if we can, even in the shoulder season, I mean, you bike as long as there's not snow on the ground and you're not crazy. That's something you might want to think about.
Absolutely.
It's becoming very popular.
And we had that actual thought when we were looking into influencers for this next fiscal year, to maybe have someone go through the Emerald Outback, like actually do the experience and wear a GoPro, and we can take that video and kind of cut it down and then utilize it for Instagram, Facebook, so we can push it
Michael
out.
Holland to do it.
We could do it quickly.
He actually, one of the first things he did was a GoPro video for the Emerald Outback up there.
It's changed and the changes that they've made, and he was saying he's even surprised about how many people are calling up about it and really love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fantastic, because that'll be a big driver for traffic, something that's gonna make people come up here and do that experience. And the video, that would be great content, we're always looking for video and moving things to put into social media and digital, so that's.
Do we connect at all with Ski Beach in the bicycling realm in terms of their advertising efforts and?
What do you mean? It's like the Beach Mountain Ski Resort?
Exactly.
Advertising?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like co-op or what?
Well, I just wondered if there was any cooperation there, any
synergies.
Any of these people, what did you call them?
The influencers?
The influencers.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we work with Talia.
Every one of them.
She's been an amazing partner. Anything that we've done that has to do with Beach Mountain.
So there is a
Yes.
synchronicity there?
Yes.
We absolutely could not have hosted all those influencers without you guys and without Talia.
Yeah.
That is true.
Okay. So that last slide really just showcased some of the traditional media that we have gotten in talks with about coming up to Beach, one of which was Caroline Eubanks, who will be coming up in August to actually do a travel guide on Beach Mountain. This slide is actually showcasing you some of the coverage that is still to come, focusing on Beach Mountain, some of which has actually already come out and we've shared actually with you all. A few for you to kind of keep in mind are from some of our emerging target markets, with Nashville Lifestyle being one, Boom Magazine being another one out of Birmingham, Alabama.
And those outside, so trying to get that outdoor angle covered.
And that one too, actually, I just want to talk about that one really fast. Outside Magazine, we worked with Megan Mickelson on a piece on how to unplug at Beach Mountain, and basically talked about how when you get up here, most people lose cell phone service. So it's your go-to destination to unplug and relax. So we've been trying to put in that messaging and then additional Emerald Outback messaging where applicable.
We use that as a blog on the club's website and then put it as a Facebook post, and I think in 2 hours we had 1,300.
People love it.
Thank you for doing
Megan
that.
said the same thing. She said that article actually has gotten so much positive feedback, especially going into the summer months. So.
And they love that. For that to be shared too. That's really helps to reinforce that relationship and that partnership and get the message even farther, so.
You ought to do well with Columbia Living. At one point, that was a huge market for us, Columbia. Good to see that back in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
That's why they're coming
You
to
don't
Beach.
need to go to Florida put up a sign. That place is hard. It's harder than Hades.
So this slide is an overview of a few of the kinds of influencers that we would try to reach out with and some that we actually have pitched in the past. One I'm going to draw your attention to in the corner is In Honor of Design. She is Atlanta-based and a family outdoor travel type influencer. Those are the kinds of people that we are trying to target, and we are going to, now that we know that outside and outdoor extreme travel is something that you want to focus on as well, we'll be sure to layer in a few of those influencers on top of these family-based influencers in our target markets of Atlanta, Birmingham, Charlotte, etc.
And in the middle, you can kind of see, to your point, those 5-year-olds that are doing that rugged outdoor adventure. She's wonderful, by the way. We actually had a phone call with her a couple of months ago. She spoke at a conference that we went to, and she's built her Instagram following to over 100,000, almost over 100,000 followers. Then the left is a good example of an influencer that we were in talks with to highlight the Emerald Outback. And he does a lot of landscape imagery. So he was the one that we were going to work with to do the Emerald Outback GoPro. He had a family emergency come up, so he wasn't able to come, but he's still there in our back pocket to move forward with doing things like that. Okay. Get into the good stuff. So this kind of just showcases our public relations overview for this next fiscal year. We're going to continue doing a lot of what we did in this last fiscal year in FY20, which is going to consist of continuing to develop this custom media list so that we're not just pitching blind. We'll be targeting media, both nationally and regionally where it makes sense. So making sure that we're building those relationships and kind of hitting new contacts. We're also working to implement some of that messaging that we discussed last month, which includes the NC Birding Trail, fishing in Beach Mountain, as well as that Better on Beach campaign that we discussed, trying to roll into our pitch and press release campaigns coming up. We also will remain as your news bureau. So for all things media relations, as well as really marketing, since we do social and digital for you all, we will be here as a source. Kind of doubling into that, we are always going to be a consulting resource for you all, if anything were to arise, and we will continue to still do reporting on a monthly basis.
So like I mentioned before, I mentioned a couple of the details of the deliverables that will be sent your way for the fall FAM trip in September. At the beginning of it, we do create a targeted invite list. This is comprised of our target markets in addition to the types of writers and editors that you would like to see. These are at top regional and national magazines, Charlotte, Nashville, Jacksonville, Birmingham, etc. After we have created that list, we will work with the partners in the area to build a collaborative and dynamic itinerary. This will showcase and highlight the absolute best that Beach has to offer, and will give the complete experience of Beach Mountain to the people that we invite on the trip. We will draft and issue the FAM save the date and invitations, get those out to the media, and then we will also be in attendance for the FAM trip. So we will be able to run and corral the media, make sure they are where they're supposed to be, where they need to be at all times. And then after the trip, follow up to encourage and secure editorial coverage. We found with previous FAMs that following up and doing these like this is the best way to ensure the absolute best coverage comes out of the trip. And then it's the most beneficial for everyone involved because it gets them kind of their boots on the ground. They're able to really explore and see and experience to give the best complete explanation of what it is and how great it is here.
Then looking forward to fiscal year 19 and 20, what we intend to do is place both print and digital advertising, as it is still important to have a mix of both. And we are going to be including Google AdWords and Google Analytics. There will be, of course, print advertising, and we're going to secure advertorial opportunities. So what that means is it's just another way to promote Beach Mountain as a travel destination. And then we will be coordinating ad design. The TDA does not necessarily have a design provider. Pineapple PR can definitely provide those services.
And we have a draft with specifics of the publications and the run dates and all of that that will outline the ideas for FY20.
Another flow chart where you'll need your reading glasses.
Right.
Get some Beach Mountain swag. So these next couple of slides are proposed services that we have put together based off of our conversation that we had last month. So Melissa's going to start kicking off those services that we are proposing, the new services for FY20.
All right, so continuing on with the momentum from FY 18 and 19, these Google ad campaigns will really line up with the PR efforts, and then we'll do evergreen ads and seasonal offerings, so and then lodging packages. Whereas we'll test headlines, descriptions, recommend landing pages, and then we'll optimize campaigns as our results start coming in. At the bottom of the page, you can see kind of just examples of what the Google ad campaigns will look like. Next slide. And like I said, as we go along, the great thing about digital is that you can see the results almost immediately. So we'll be doing monthly strategy calls and reporting on the results, and then we can adjust campaigns and optimize as needed. Email marketing. So email marketing is still one of the most effective ways to reach your customers, even though it may seem a little old school compared to like influencers and things like that. But these are the people who have chosen to subscribe to your newsletter, and they're waiting for content and information and specials from you. So as far as email marketing, we'll develop a content calendar that will line up with themes and holidays and packages, specials, seasons. Right now we're planned on doing one email newsletter per quarter/season because since this is a new marketing channel that we're proposing, we want to kind of get in there slowly and also focus a lot of our energy on building your email list subscribers through social media contests on Facebook and Instagram.
And that's another really great place for us to put information about the packages and promotions that we discussed earlier. So when we do, look at those packages and see which ones did the best, we're able to then move forward with putting information about that one package or those 5 packages into the newsletters.
Hey, Kate, can you tell us how is our email marketing list and how is it like divided up?
Yeah, we've got an email marketing list with less than 2,000 on it right now.
Okay.
And they're all just in general email newsletter. Most of them are coming to us from people that are interested in the EMO because they click through on the EMO site, which I handle, and that comes to me, and then I send them out information on the EMO. We're also getting from Meredith, which is the group from Visit NC. We're getting, every week they send me a list of people that were interested. We're getting maybe 10, 15 or so in a week of those. And so we're building it, but that's something that Pineapple's going to help us with.
So you guys are going to put like a contest and stuff to start getting
what helps.
Okay.
And it'll all integrate, I think the existing newsletter program was moving along, and this is with larger enhanced digital presence, website and being able to subscribe and having that link there that people can do it right there. And once that's functional and it's working, we can do digital campaigns and we can do social campaigns and contests to drive it all there and capture those names.
Have we ever sent out like a mass email with like packages using our?
We do.
Okay.
The newsletter thing.
Okay. Because I know you're really good about sending out, this is what's happening and, that kind of stuff. But I didn't know whether we actually added any of the.
We use Constant Contact 3 times a year to do.
Okay, 3 times.
This is what's coming up, and we just pick 4 things, and we do a photo and a little article, and it links back into the website.
Okay, cool.
So you can click through into the website.
Okay.
So, but that might change too. There might be a better way to do it.
So we'd like to support and enhance that and figure out which way, is going to be the most effective for you all. We have some options here, some of the things that we discussed last time, and we want to put them out there and talk about them and decide where it makes the most sense for, you know, those to go forward and how we move forward.
I think
with
it's a
that.
great idea.
But to, you know, give it a refresh, use some of the amazing new imagery, the videos, build that list, and just, you know, have that be a really strong tool for selling.
A lot of people forget about it.
Well, 4 times a year is not annoying, but it's a subtle nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is way off base, but I have to say it when I think about it.
That's okay.
It's going. The Beach Mountain app that is advertised on the sign. What gives with that? Is there any way of tracking? Do we know if that's successful? Do we?
Yeah, it links directly into my website, the town's website, the club's website, and the resort's website. So you can see where people are coming from. Plus, you can see when you send out a notification how many people got it. So usually a couple thousand people are getting a notification through that
So
app.
you have a way of knowing how many users have
And you
signed up for that app?
You can see if they're Apple people or Android people and how many times they've gone on the app and that kind of stuff. So it is a real effective way, and it's the only way on Beach Mountain to go to one spot and find out information about the town, about the club, about the resort, and about visitors
So
in general.
you're happy with how that is integrated presently, and we're using it as best we can?
It's working real well, and every now and then I kind of scan through it to see if, like, I try a link, and so I can tell you such and such link doesn't work, or I can tell.
We've had an issue this week, and for every tour that we do at the club, we pull out the little postcard that you gave us, and we actually help people on their phones put it on.
To use it.
Every single tour, and also the cool thing too is a lot of our members, we have this wine and Wi-Fi that we do, and it's a lot of fun, and that's one of the things that we do too, is we get it on their smartphones.
Well, I think anything we can do like that, hopefully it was worth the investment.
I don't know if you can do wine and Wi-Fi down at Buckeye, but you know, that might be a neat thing to do, to get it on the majority's you know, cell phones for the residents.
Because it is really helpful.
More locally used.
It is, well, you can see also that too, because you can geolocate. You're basically making a circle and say people with people at this, you know, people this many meters from this latitude and longitude. You know. So I usually do like 50,000 out, 50,000 meters out, so I can see who all is going to be able to come to things.
Cool. Good. I'm glad it's successful.
Okay, so social media. So what we are recommending is, since that we mentioned earlier, Instagram is the top lifestyle social media platform out there today. We're recommending to do some focus on Instagram, and we want to grow Beach Mountain's Instagram followers to at least 4,000. And this will help increase brand awareness and just really build a community around interest of Beach Mountain. So including a content calendar development, and this will be around packages, seasonality, holidays, and things that if visitors come here and they post about Beach Mountain, we can reach out to them and ask if we can repost the content. So that kind of creates even more community around the Beach Mountain account. So for Facebook, we're recommending 2 to 3 posts per week. Instagram, 3 posts per week, and then also Instagram story, at least 1 every 2 weeks, because this will help keep Beach Mountain on the top of people's minds, and then we can also do boosted stories as well. And then as far as paid social media ads, so social media is a really great cost-effective way to reach people, like we've said earlier, and it's a really great way to really target and get really specific on who you're showing your ads to. 2 to 4 social contests to grow the email subscriber list, to remarket to these people, increase fans, and increase website traffic.
You want to grow it to 4. Where's it at now?
It's at 1,300.
1,300. You think you can do that in the coming years?
That's
I would
at
anticipate.
least 4,000.
Says goal.
At least 4,000.
Okay. It'd be nice to exceed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But it's a good target.
it's a good target. I have a feeling we'll get past that.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of the conversations that we've had is all about having a presence online with the website and using that as a way to drive traffic and visitation up here, having our ads drive there, having search drive there. And one of the tactics that we discussed was the creation of a blog. And what the blog does in a nutshell is it makes your site dynamic. It gives it new information on a regular basis, fresh content for Google search, timely content for Google search if you're wanting to push a season or an event or something very time specific. And it also gives visitors a little bit, we like to give insider tips and locals favorites and things like that they're not going to find anywhere else, and give it a kind of a personal approach. So this is an outline of what a blog component for the website would look like. And again, it follows an editorial calendar. Everything we do is in one big calendar, mapped out month by month, so that we're sure we're reinforcing the same themes across all of the different channels. And the blog would be one more channel that would reinforce the messaging for the year. We would write the blog articles. It would be optimized for keywords, for seasonality, for events, for festivals, trends. Also a good way to connect the blog to search. All of the tagging and all of the things behind the scenes so that it would pop up would be optimized. And then, of course, like everything else, we work with you on what the topics would be, and work with Kate to hash that out and finalize the stories, and great place to put all the visuals as well. And then,
Are you guys thinking about once a week, once every 2 weeks? What do you?
so we put it in, I think, at once a month to, we tried to do kind of some entry price points on some of this stuff so we can look at how it all fits together. And if there's something that we decide is more of a priority, we have some flexibility to increase or decrease frequency, right? Like same thing with the newsletter. If you send out, the first 2 and you can follow the link through and you're like, oh my gosh, 200 people booked that package. Let's do another one of these.
Right.
Like with digital, we've got flexibility and things like that, but to, try to bring the scope in line and have it be budget friendly, we were thinking that monthly might be a nice place to start for our entry. And so that brings us, the blog, of course, is part of the website. And we know that website refresh is a priority for you all. So we want to put our hat in the ring on that. We feel like we'd be a natural fit. We're going to be working in it between blog and landing pages and connecting Google Ads and doing all of that on a regular basis anyway. So this is our pitch to say, we would love to do that for you. We have a lot of website building experience and can provide you with links and things like that, and make it, I think I'm taking some of Melissa's words, but you want people to find, like, in 3 clicks, you want them to be able to get what they need and have it be really clean and really visual, and that's what she's so good at.
Yeah, exactly. So your website is your online home for Beach Mountain, and that's where all your marketing and PR efforts are going to be driving to. That's how we're going to measure how well everything is working, who's coming to your website. So we feel that it would be really great to kind of streamline the whole process and have us redesign the website so that we can make sure that we've got a great, clear sales funnel for your visitors, as well as design for eventual additional content build out.
What do you guys design in?
What do you mean?
WordPress?
WordPress?
WordPress,
We'll
okay.
recommend WordPress.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brady.
And then so just a quick redesign timeline that we would be proposing is that it would be July be the kind of the redesign. The planning stage is actually very important because we want to make sure that the site is structured properly for user interaction as well as future build out. And we want to make sure that we're funneling people to book those rooms and book the packages. And then July, August design, development, and then a target completion date of mid-September so that we can have it ready to go before high season.
Do you think based on our current website, there's going to be a lot of reworking, redesigning, new copywriting? I mean, in what percent, if you took our website that we have right now, like, are we talking whole redo, or can we salvage some of it?
I think a lot of the content can be salvaged. What I would want to do is go through and look at the keywords. So for me, keyword research is very important because that's how people are going to find the page. So seeing what keywords we may need to add in, and then also making sure that all the tags are in there for search engine optimization. But the heart of the content we can reuse. And in images we may be able to reuse, but as far as structure and design, that may all be.
Who will be editing when there's changes, content changes to it? Who will be doing that?
Me.
That'll be a part of me.
Okay, so all content changes would go through you. This would be done here.
It could be. It could be. The beauty of WordPress is that we could design the website and then if there's something quick, someone in-house could be trained to go in and make those edits.
But this would include our proposal maintenance as well, so the possibility of that happening is very low. But the good thing too is that we have all that content on hand. So the content we have right now, a lot of it I feel like we actually wrote. So while we're pitching all that information, it would be, in our best interest for us to have, just to keep streamline the process. We're kind of killing two birds with one stone that way.
What is your guys' average charge for like a maintenance? Do you do a monthly maintenance or?
We would do a monthly maintenance, and depending on the hours, probably somewhere between $300 and $500 a month.
Okay.
So.
Do you run a beta and initial during that development period in August? Is that what you would be doing, or do run beta parallel to?
Want to make sure
right.
the site's working before you.
But yes.
Just curious.
That's a great question. We do the wireframe and build it out, and you could see how it would be structured, start lining up all the visuals, and then take the copy. I think the main thing with the copy is just parsing it down a little bit and being really focused, just tightening that up.
That's the hardest thing because we're so wonderful.
I know. I'm a writer, so I'm like, why use 50 when you can use 500? I don't know, but now it's all short, so.
And something just to notice too, with, to your point, thinking Land of Oz would be really hot right now for website pages that people are, going to. It would be awesome if, and another thing, if we were the ones maintaining it, if we had information about Land of Oz similar to what we proposed in the blog, living on there, for national publications or regional publications to go to and see that Beach Mountain is not just Land of Oz. So we have all of the messaging for, seasonal, what to do at Beach Mountain, fall, summer, etc.
Yeah.
But we do have we are the home of Land of Oz, where,
here's everything else.
An evergreen story, essentially that way.
All right, so we really appreciate the opportunity to present all of that. Kate, we can walk through further if you want to do that.
I think we're okay.
We're happy to answer any questions y'all have. I know there was great feedback even during the process here. We really appreciate the insight and all the ideas. We're accessible anytime. So thank you so much for the opportunity to work together. We've had a wonderful year. We hope y'all feel the same, and we're really looking forward to the next year.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we've got a few questions.
Anybody else?
I asked this.
You feel like you really know the marketing program and everything? Any other suggestions? Because you guys are out there in the community.
I think just the biking should be pushed some more.
Okay.
I mean, just,
Because that's growing.
it's growing huge, and again, not, obviously, like you said, Talia's wonderful, and what she does for the resort is great, and getting those crazy people in. But then also, you know, the people who are normal mountain bikers, who live like the Emerald Outback, and it just seems like that has become a huge thing in the mountain biking community. And people are coming from afar to go there by word of mouth. And so I can see that becoming a really cool thing. What I think is going to hit Beach Mountain eventually, and I've talked to a couple people who have been doing it, is the e-bike. And that is, I think, somebody on this mountain is going to
Need that, yeah. That would be incredible to have here.
The one woman that I was talking to, she goes all over this mountain. That sucker will go 20 miles an hour
Uphill?
Wow.
And so you can ride all over this mountain and not really put a lot of effort into it. And so I think when the biking stuff comes, I think e-bikes are going to be huge.
Side business alert, yeah.
I do think some entrepreneur is going to grasp onto that. Obviously, it would be not a yearly thing, and you could do it in the winter if there's no snow on the ground, but I think for the spring, summer, and fall, that's going to end up being a huge market in the future. And I think we would want to hit that real good, because people who kind of like to bike in the flatlands will come up here going, come on, I was one of those people, by the way. I bought a bike, my husband and I bought a bike, we spent a ton of money on it when we first moved up, we had a great time going downhill. And then when we turned around, we went, what the heck are we doing?
That's when you get rides back up.
So I think the e-bikes are going to be real huge, and for people who aren't really bikers but enjoy kind of a visual thing. So it's just something to keep in mind as the future hits.
Absolutely. You're telling the future.
Also, I think it should be pushing the hiking also. We have some great hiking trails. And we get a lot of people come up here, you know, not only biking, but hiking. And, you know, you talk about the bird trail, but we have some fantastic hiking trails where people can see nature at its natural state.
Absolutely. And we have, to your point too, that's something that we're definitely meeting with right now actually, and we'll be doing in the next couple of months as well. For June, and this report hasn't gone out yet, it won't go until July 5th actually. But we do have a few kids in there too that have an interest in a spotlight on hiking in the Emerald Outback as well as mountain biking. So we're definitely working to continue to leave that message in.
Well, I think you guys have really done your research on us, and I want to personally thank you, because when you guys send out, or through Kate, the links, you know, we put them on our Facebook page, and you know, you're helping us market the club too, so we appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much for bearing with the weather.
I'm telling you.
I appreciate you know, having to deal with the weather.
You nailed it.
How long is your drive?
I think that should be our
5.
next motto. We got weather.
Deb's driving.
It's pretty.
And promote it.
We got stuck behind a truck. I had to make up 6 minutes stuck behind that truck. Oh.